All right. What's happening, man? Man. What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. This video is going to be a bit different. Mortality. Um, I'm going to say some things that for some people may be a little off the wall and all that. And I get it because this is some things I've experienced in life that some people haven't. Some people just, it might seem out of the realm of sense to others. This is why I'm getting into mortality, because this is why I say I'm a spiritual person, not a religious person. Um, there's a thing, when I was a young kid, I'm gonna tell you a story real quick. I got in an accident, and in this accident, I had an out-of-body experience. So in this experience, I was lying on the ground. I was bleeding profusely. And I wound up seeing, how can I say this? I wound up laying down, feeling myself on the ground, feeling the blood everywhere, but at the same time, seeing the people upstairs look at me like, he fucked up. And at the same time, seeing the sky, but at the same time, seeing myself from a downward view too, from a downward vantage point. So I'm seeing up here and seeing down here at the same time. Some years after that, because I was like probably in second grade. I think I was in second grade when that happened. Some years after that, I had another type of out-of-body experience when I was in high school. And I'm going to tell you, it's a difference between having those experiences and dreaming, because I come to find that out over the years. And in this experience, I was just chilling. And I was conscious, but I found myself locked in. Locked into your body to the point where, because I was just relaxed. I just laid down and I relaxed, but I guess I was overly relaxed where, I was conscious, but I wasn't asleep. And I found myself in the same type of scenario that I was in when I got in that accident. So the next thing I see the ceiling, then I see the roof, then I see the sky, then I see outer space, and then I run across this entity, kind of like a white, fiery-ish being, in type of a be not afraid type of way. Freaked me out because I was a teenager. And I wound up reversing everything like super fast. Now the whole time, when I say white-ish, I don't mean white person. I mean when you're close to a flame, it was like the person had like a white-ish flame surrounding them. So it wasn't the white color wasn't their race. It was more of what was surrounding them. I guess their aura or something. I don't know. But when I freaked out and everything went in reverse, that wasn't the last time I had that type of experience. But those were accidental. You feel me? And one of the things about it was I began to have a lot of dreams that wound up being like premonitions, because it was a lot of deja vu going on, and I would find myself having a dream and realizing some dreams are just dreams. Sometimes when I eat too late, I might have a nightmare of a tomato chasing me. The shit's happened numerous times. I don't understand it, but I don't fuck with tomatoes like that no more. But at the same time, there are different ones where something happens and it's me at a different age or time, and I'm like, I'm gonna find myself there. I don't know when, but I'm gonna find myself there, and it normally happens that way. So it's kind of like I got a heads up on what's gonna happen in the future. You know, I don't I don't have a heads up on how, I can't control when it is, but once I'm there, I'll figure it out. The other thing is this: over time, I find myself doing that as an adult a few other times. And and this is why I say it's a difference between a dream that seems to be somewhat of a premonition, that's what I call it, and an out of body experience. Because in those, when you're dreaming, you're not, when you're dreaming in the premonition, you're asleep. You're absolutely asleep. You know, the out of body experience, you're not asleep. And what I mean by that is you're very conscious of yourself, your body, your surroundings, your sight, what's going on. But you can at the same time feel your body, and for some people who don't believe it, one day you might find yourself experiencing that. But because of that, I got intrigued about, through people passing away, friends and family that meant a whole lot to me. They would, if they were on my mind so much, then at some point I would wind up having conversations with them. And some of those conversations put you at ease. And I remember talk to my family members, they have these same things going on with them. Like when my child was conceived, I knew something was up, but I couldn't figure it out. And at the same time, my mother gave me that call. She's like, your grandmother came to me in a dream bathing a baby, saying they're about to send it our way. And I'm like, I think I got her pregnant. But also, that would be my great grandmother. When my grandmother passed, during that time, she was telling me about a lot of conversations that she recalled as a kid all of a sudden. But what struck a chord was her grandmother came to her a lot and was telling her when she could go or not. Like, she'd tell her, like, not yet. No. Like, kind of like, the Gladiator movie, like, not yet. And the crazy part about it was I knew something was up, because at the same time, my great grandmother, I never met her, but she speaks or spoke French. She was a Creole to the point where she never spoke English. She lived here her whole life, but she never spoke English. She always spoke French, in Louisiana. So my grandmother used to, tell me, blah, 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 this happened, this happened, this happened. And the reason I'm saying these things is because I would have problems sometimes with the thoughts of mortality. Like, is just life it? And I've come to find out over the years that, this isn't just it. But at the same time, the choices and the decisions that you make in this lifetime can cause it to be just it for you. So, just like I think some people have a lot of vices because their fear of mortality is overwhelming to the point where they don't know what to do with themselves, because for them, this is it. Like they live, they die. This is it. And this is why I say I'm a spiritual person, not a religious person, because I come to find in my experiences, because I have had numerous ones, but at the same time, I'm not going to tell you all of them. You feel me? That'll take a long fucking time. But I can tell you a few things, that everything out there ain't good. Okay? And heaven and hell is an ideology to a degree. But as far as afterlife, it's more of the place that you put yourself in by your actions during this life. And I will tell you also that there is a thing. If you don't believe in reincarnation, you might want to think about it, because sometimes if you have enough out of body experiences, you might find yourself in a past life. I shit you not. Maybe just for a little moment. Just like, whoa, I remember, wait, that was, what the fuck? And, it makes these experiences, even when you use religion, like the term seek my face, I get it, because everything is connected. And that's why I do not like religion, because all of these religions and aspects of them weren't meant to be separate. They were meant to, when you combine them together, you'll find your way. What I mean by that is this. When people pray, if you just get on your knees and say, something, Lord, that doesn't necessarily mean you're connecting with the universe. That just means you laid on your knees, you said something. You might have to take time to meditate, to center yourself first, to clear your mind of everything around you. And then you'll be able to feel the different energies of life the same way they do in yoga and everything else. You have to incorporate that into prayer before you do it. And for all you people that are Christians and all that, this is, I believe, from the way it works out, is this is why when they would have people go off to pray, they'd be going off alone, and it'll take hours, because it takes you time to get to the place where you can actually communicate properly, first with self, then surroundings, then the universe itself. So I didn't see too many brothers putting stuff out there like this. So I mean, some people are gonna take me into consideration. Some people might think I'm crazy. I really don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna tell you what it is. And but when it comes to mortality, this is just like, this is the energy is not, is merely, doesn't dissipate, it's merely transformed. And your life, your soul is an energy, just like your aura, chi, you know what I'm saying? It's part of the reason for karma and everything, because the universe works that way. Like, everything that is born is reborn. Look around you, there are seasons, things grow and die. It could be the same thing, but it'll die and it'll grow again. You don't have to look that far to see this stuff. I got certain plants and trees in my backyard, and it's the same fucking tree that was there last year. But guess what? It's barren at a certain time. It looks dead at a certain time. It's over. And then come spring, it's a new thing. So if you're nervous about mortality, which I can understand because I've been nervous about it too, be not afraid. I'm going to leave it at that.